Hello, this is Eli Norman, and this is part 4 of the Narrative Mid-Critique. The image I am critiquing now was taken by Mason Tranel in section 203. In the image, it is showing two cards laying on a table with a dice cube laying around them. When thinking of this picture, I am thinking of the theme Vice, which is one of the themes listed in our project. When looking at this picture, the main elements that I notice are line, shape, form, color, and texture. The first element that I noticed in the image was line. Line is shown most noticeably on the cards lying on the table, and even on the jack himself on the card. Another form of lines are the scratches on the surface of the table. The scratches also play in the element texture, but where the scratches were made are where you can notice the lines. All of these are what bring the element to the image. The second element that I stated was shape. Shape is an element of art that is two-dimensional, flat, or limited to height and width. The shapes seen in the image are the cards lying on the table. Since they are flat, they are two-dimensional, which plays into the element of shape. The third element on the list was form. Form is an element of art that is three-dimensional and encloses volume, includes height, width, and depth. The way form is used in the image is with the cube behind the cards. It is a three-dimensional shape and gives the image the element of form. The fourth element I noticed in the image was color. With the image not being black and white, it adds a lot of color to the image, most noticeably on the cards and on the dice cube. The last element listed is texture. Texture is an element of art that refers to the way things feel or look as if they might feel if touched. Texture is most noticeably seen on the surface of the table. A table is usually supposed to be smooth, but this table seems to be worn down with scratches all over it. This would give the table a rough surface, bringing out the element of texture in the photo. In terms of principles, the main ones noticed in the image are emphasis and rhythm. Emphasis is the main principle in the image. Emphasis is a way of combining elements to stress the difference between those elements. The main point of emphasis in the image are the cards and the dice on the table. Without the cards, we would not have a point of emphasis or have an idea or what the theme of the project could be. Rhythm is also another principle seen in the image. Rhythm is a principle created by the careful placement of repeated elements in a work of art to cause a visual tempo or beat. Rhythm is seen with the different objects on the table, which are the cards and the dice. This creates a visual tempo that cards are being played, thus giving the image the principle of rhythm. If I were to improve the image in any way, I would say to have a different setting on where you take the picture. This way you can add more to the theme you are trying to bring out in your project. To change this image, I would take the photo maybe at a casino or maybe at a friend's house where there is a card table so you can add more emphasis to your theme. Thank you for listening to part 4 of the Narrative Mid-Critique.